Looks like you're ready to go live. Let's get it. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Before we kick this video off, guys, can you please slap that like button on your way in, guys?
This is an iPhone 11 Pro.
Before we start this, guys, let's slap that like button. There you go, Casey. Casey slapped it. Follow up. Follow behind Casey, guys. Casey slapped it. I even hit the like button, guys. We only got 6 likes in here. 25 people watching it. Come on, let's get those likes up, guys, before we start this one off. Let's get those likes up. Got 25 people watching. Like you guys saw in that video earlier today, I was telling you about the dry bulk sectors. 33 likes pretty quickly, guys. Now let's kick this shindig off. All right. First stock I want to talk to you guys about. First stock we're going to talk about here is the infamous the infamous. Okay, guys. Now, support. This is the new support. Okay, everybody wanted to talk about this stock. I got a lot of backlash from not saying in yesterday's video that SPRT will be under a new ticker. Okay, guys, I just didn't mention that part, but we are well aware of that. Okay. Now, as you can see here, this thing started to slide down the very second the ticker change. The very second, guys. Let's take a look here at the 1-minute chart, which isn't anything to really talk about, guys, because looking at this thing, this is just sad. Okay, now, even though that it's down 60%, bottoming out here at $40.46, well, the bottom was $39.30. Okay, now moving forward, it's hard to tell where this stock can go from here. Okay, after the ticker change, this huge landslide over 60%, it's very hard to tell whether this stock can spike or fall further, guys, due to the fact that since it's a new ticker, we don't have too many key statistics. We can't go off of average volume right now. It's hard to even look at the 52-week high and compare it to the 52-week low. It's hard to even look at that turnover rate right now. It doesn't give us any of those indicators. In fact, guys, looking here at the order flow distribution, it doesn't give us that. It doesn't give us the institutional holdings. It doesn't give us the short interest, and it doesn't give us the analysts right now. So with that being said, guys, it's nothing for us to really talk about on this stock right now, guys. Even though it's just a downfall. If you did buy this thing, feel sorry for you guys. Now, moving on, I'm going to talk about Recourse. Recourse Systems did see a 10% drop today, guys, as you can see here. But it's obvious to us who dropped the stock today. Institutions. Okay. Recourse does have a key event coming up here pretty soon. Another thing with Recourse, guys, is that the analysts just upped their price target on it. Okay, from $13 to $14. That is some good news. Even though we see this thing downtrending, people tend to sell the news. Do not panic, guys. If we take a look here at the day chart, show you how Recourse moves. Recourse was moving gradually. Okay. And here go the freaking live, man. I'm tired, bro. All right, guys. It did it again. Tell me if we back on, guys. I lost 25K overnight on that pick. What pick are you talking about? Technology Tuesdays. I'm wondering, what pick are you talking about? All right, we're good. Yeah, Technology Tuesdays. What pick did you lose 25K on overnight? Okay, we never lost me. Okay. Noro going crazy. How are you feeling about KPLT? I'm still feeling good about KPLT. SAVA. But yeah, though. Looking here at Recourse, though, guys, please do not panic on this. In fact, this is time to be taken advantage of. Okay, guys, we do see some drawback, which is expected. But if you look here, though, guys, the way this stock moves overall, it's nothing to worry about. We do see some drawbacks here and there. But overall, guys, you are in a great place if you're in Recourse systems. As you can see here, today's turnover rate quite low. Free float is still holding levels that we like it. Volume was up today. If you look here at the analysis, though. If we look here at the analysis, guys, check out this order flow distribution. As you can see here, large scale order is what pulled the stock down today. We see more buying coming on the small scale, which indicates that the retail investor loves Recourse at these prices. So don't expect this thing to be down for very long, guys. Do not count this thing out. APOP trying to move back up. Sure is. Sure is, guys. But let's take another look here at, let's take a quick look here at Noro. Now, see this chart, 1 minute. Noro did just see some fat candles, guys, huge candles. The buying pressure that Noro is seeing right now at this close is very, very interesting, guys. Very interesting. Check this out. Well, look at that candle. If this thing closes with a key, guys, Noro is going to make some bank today. Watching this last candle, we have 2 minutes left in this last trading day. Let's see what Noro does, guys. I want to see this thing close. You missed both of my super chips yesterday. How about asking your thoughts on... Hold on. How about your thoughts on IPOF becoming Discord? I hope so. You wouldn't love it. Nice play day. But guys, looking how this thing is closing, if this thing can close with a key man next minute, it's just looking as though we might. If this thing closes at a peak, guys, this thing can see a fat run this aftermarket. Too late to buy Noro for a swing. And take a look at this day chart really quickly. Guys, back to the 1 minute chart. Nope, it looks as though this thing might not be closing how we want it to. And let's see if it can break 11.18 on the close. If it breaks 11.18 in the close, guys, this thing will be a bull. We at 11.18 right now, guys. It's getting close. We have to break 11.18. We can't close at 11.18. We must break it. Thus, we didn't. We did not break 11.18 at the close. Okay. Now, the next stock I want to take a look here at, guys, and that is any stock. Hold on. No, we did close at 11.18. No, hold. Wait a minute. What is this candle telling us? 11.18 at the close. So we closed at a key. Okay, we did close at a key, guys. Let's look here at any really quickly. Any stock, if you guys been watching my videos, I was telling you guys about, even though that any did raise that money and it did force the price down, that was a very smart move for them, guys. Do not count any out. That 60K mining rigs that they did secure with raising that money is going to work out in our favor due to the fact that we got these shares at a discounted price. Not only that, guys, it did lock in those 60K mining rigs, and it's setting any up for a long-term move, okay? Setting us up for a very good move on the long term here. Guys, the messages are coming in quick, so if I'm not speaking on your ticker, guys, a $1 super chat will get it done, all right? Doesn't have to be much, doesn't have to be $5, doesn't have to be $2, doesn't have to be 10. Even if you guys could send, if they allowed you to send 10 cents to blow it across the screen, that would be fine. Now, what I want to look at on any stock, guys, as you can see here, high turnover rate, which we see here all the time on any spikes. Free flow isn't in our favor right now, though, guys, but we do see a very, very good. Let's check this analysis out. Let's show you guys this. We do see a very, very high buying pressure on this stock on all three levels. That is insane, okay? These gaps are so wide, guys, between the inflow and the outflow. Any does have a good chance to turn into a multi-day run. We take a look here at the 1 minute chart. As you guys can see here, closing above the VWAP shows us signs of buying pressure. We see these exits coming out of the stock. Institutional exits. We see some institutional entries as well. But seeing how any is moving today is not to my surprise, guys. We were forecasting that this was going to happen any day now. Now, our true question, though, is will this buying continue to happen? Me, personally, I do think this buying will continue to happen throughout the rest of the week. Okay, guys. Now, if any doesn't see a drop by on Friday with this continuing buying, if we continue to push up in price and on Friday, if we see a green day, then expect Monday to be a huge cool down here in any, guys. I can see any hitting $10 to $12 at the end of this month from the price that we are at now, if we continue to see these large scale orders coming in the way that it is now. Now, guys, no 10 cent. Give me some TMC news, right? But the way any is moving, guys, this is a very good stock to be in. Like I was telling you guys, the money that they did raise is going to really work out for us, guys. So if you're still holding your shares, if you didn't sell during the time that this thing came down in price, that is what we call a savvy investor, guys. You guys are playing it smart. Looking here at the estimated borrow fee, 62.10%, which is a nice number. Isn't the highest, but they are paying a premium of holding the stock. Now, we should see this estimated borrow fee come up, and we should see the short interest jump up as well, guys, because anytime we see these huge jumps in price, the shorts tend to borrow at those high prices. Okay, now, next stock I want to talk to you guys about is KPLT. Catapult Holdings. Okay, guys, you know we're very bullish on Catapult. As you can see here, Catapult is still in the overall uptrend. Do not take this red day as a bad thing, seeing as though today's low is lower. We closed at 650 today. Yesterday's close was 660. Okay, so our low is lower today, far as the close go. But looking in here at the high, $6.89. It was to my surprise we didn't break $7. King David, you think people will catch on to CTRM? When you think people will catch on to CTRM, it moved today. Well, look, David, the way that CTRM is moving and the way that the dry bulk sector is starting to regain its strength, CTRM did just sign a new charter agreement. So that is why a lot of movement and buying is going on in CTRM. But CTRM is and should be moving up from here on out due to the fact that throughout the whole drop, let's go back to CTRM really quickly, guys. CTRM, throughout the whole drop, as you can see here, guys, let's go to this. Throughout this whole dropping, guys, we started somewhere since June, as you can see here, since May. We're going to start off with May. We do see this stock coming down in price. And in fact, guys, we can even go farther than that. Really, we can go in the beginning of this year sometime. So the beginning of April. Since the beginning of April, this stock has just been in a downtrend overall, as you can see here, guys. But get this. Thanks, Casey, for that super chat, by the way. But overall, it's in a downtrend, correct? But during this whole downtrend, CTRM was just putting in work, guys. They were steadily expanding their fleet by buying new dry bulk ships, buying new tankers, just expanding their fleet. Beginning of this year, they had roughly like 4 ships. Now they're comfortably over 19. So with that being said, once the global economy fully opens up and dry bulk charter prices comes down a little bit, because right now they're at an all-time high, and expect their ships / vessels to be rented out immediately, guys. Okay, they're going to be a front runner. They built themselves during the drought for this time, guys. So expect to see CTRM starting to move nicely. We just got another super chat from Dr. Pumpus. Just sent this $2. CA. Is that Canadian? I'm not sure. But thanks. Casey just sent us another $2. Thanks, Casey. That really does help a lot, man. It really does show the appreciation that you guys have for the things that I do here on the channel, guys. This is tough, though, guys. It is very tough. A tight schedule I have to keep. During these times, I got to make sure I'm at home to drop these bombs on you guys. But with that being said, back to CTRM. Thanks a lot, King David. Thanks a lot, Casey, once again, and Dr. Pumpus. Now, back to CTRM, though, guys. Dry bulk is going to make a boom, okay, guys? If you ask me, out of all the dry bulk stocks and maritime shipping stocks, CTRM does have the potential to see the most growth. Why? Because they have the most vessels. Not the most vessels total, but they do have the most dry bulk vessels, okay? So with that being said, they can rent those out pretty fast, guys, even though that we do see this new charter agreement is going to bring in huge revenue for CTRM. Moving forward, looking here at the estimated borrow fee is very, very short. Ray Rilla SPRT has moved its ticker to GREE. Thanks for that super chat. By the way, it really does go a very, very long way, guys. Webull still hasn't converted. But let's take a look here at next stock we're going to take a look at. CARV, guys. I made a video a long time ago about CARV. I put it out there that CARV in this micro float, this was when CARV only had 500,000 shares in its free float. Okay, I made a video and said these type of stocks are going to be the Wallstreetbets next targets. And this stock was literally around $4, guys. Okay, I made this in the beginning of the year this year, guys, somewhere around March. I was telling guys, people are going to start buying these micro floats. And since then, this stock has went to $4 all the way up to $42, guys. If you want to check out that video, it's called Wallstreetbets next targets. It's in the videos here if you want to check that out, guys. But since then, this thing just shot up in price very, very fast. We did sell ours before the 42 high, guys. We actually sold it at $36. Snagged those gains, and as you can see here, It's still currently sitting above the price that I put it out there at, guys. So, but far as CARV though goes, guys, this is a stock that tends to move off of buying pressure alone. This isn't a fundamentally sound stock. Okay, guys, this is more of a short squeeze target. So with that being said, as you can see here, that low turnover rate, the free float has incredibly risen since I made that video, guys, from 500K free float shares. So since then, this thing just have been moving. Another stock I want to talk to you guys about is Casey. Casey is on a roll, man. Casey is on a roll. You guys need to get like Casey. Where's that? Yeah. SDC. I've been hearing a lot of talk about SDC. I'm getting it all in my comment sections. I'm seeing it all over Discord. I know you guys want to hear me talk about this one, right? You guys want to hear me talk about SDC. I'm pretty sure. I'm hearing a lot of it. Smile Direct, guys. Now, looking at here. Low turnover rate. First thing I want to look at this estimated borrow fee. The estimated borrow fee is quite low. And so this isn't too much of a short squeeze target. So we can forget about that. Looking here at the free float compared to the shares outstanding is appealing to me personally. Low turnover rate. Let's see that 52-week high being 1608. 52-week low is $4.36. Which, if we assess risk versus reward, that is in our favor. But let's take a look here at order flow, guys. Order flow distribution, large scales in the last 5 days, may be setting itself up for a nice run. Okay, guys. I'm not saying we might jump towards $8 in the flash of a day. But looking here at this large scale orders today, guys, it can be setting itself up for a run if we continue to see this type of movement. We see all three. We see the large as well as the small outperforming the outflow. We don't too much pay attention to the medium, but today's volume was quite heavy today. Quite heavy. Let's take a look here at the 1 minute chart and see what was really going on. Let's see if we can see any manipulation going on here in today's trading. Like I tell you guys all the time, let's see if this thing was trending in the pre-market. No trending, sideways trading. But like I tell you guys all the time, always wait until the opening of the bell, guys, and see how the stock price, how the market reacts to the opening price. And in this case, guys, it showed us a selling motion, like most stocks do. Okay, as you can see here, 5.40%. I mean, 5.40. $5.40 was today's low. Today's high being $5.95. So not too much movement going on, guys. But we're currently showing signs of selling pressure here. As you can see here, huge drop right here, guys. So during the aftermarket, we see some selling pressure coming right into the aftermarket. Okay, but do not be alarmed, guys. That isn't all bad. Okay, we only lost 1.39% at the end of the day. And we're only down 0.53% in the aftermarket. So, all in all, me personally, let me go back to this day chart. Let me check this day chart out right now. Me personally, guys, I wouldn't be buying this thing right now. Okay. In fact, let's take a look here at the options. Okay, the ask right now at this strike price of 537, 574. If you ask me, guys, right now they're kind of too expensive for my liking as far as the calls go. Okay, with this September 21st expiration date, let's go a little bit further. A lot of people want, so if you was asking me, guys, I would do some long option calls on this play. All right. Did I miss talking about Ater? No, you did not. So, ain't talk about ATER yet. Any thoughts on CEI? We will get to that. How do you feel about Clove with the new stuff, the new warrants that came out yesterday? Guys, Clove is a short squeeze Reddit rally stock. You guys know how I feel about those. You're taking a chance. Okay, I'm not saying it's no money in it, but any stock that doesn't trade off its fundamentals alone, you are taking a chance. You are basically betting that others will hold the stock. Okay. Check out MMAT. Casey wants you to talk about BBIG end of the week. All right. And so far about SDC, guys, like I said, I wouldn't touch this thing right now. Share price I would go after on this stock is prices like around $4.80. I put a buy on it at that price. Now, the Heat Inferno just sent us $2 on a super chat. Thank you so much. That really does help us here on the channel. Now, he or she wants to talk about MMAT. MMAT, guys. Now, like I was telling you in yesterday's live stream, anytime we see a stock trading like this with tight bars, guys, this stock is cooking. Okay, the stock is cooking either for an upside swing or a downside swing. Okay, looking here at the low turnover rate can indicate to us that this thing can swing upward. Now let's take a look here at the analysis and see what's been going on for these last 5 days. And as you can see here, guys, these large scale outflows pushing the inflows large scale off the board. Seeing as though that the outflow was larger today, not by too much, but it was larger, guys. The small as well was outperformed by the outflow. And incredibly, the medium, which we don't pay too much attention to, guys. I just want to put that indicator out there. But as you can see here, the key statistics, the volume was much lower than its average, guys. Lower than half its average. So that is concerning here. The volume slowly leaks out of the stock during this sideways trading can in fact make this stock drop, can make it cook for the bottom. Because like I said, guys, this stock is building some type of pressure, but we don't know yet. But the way that the volume is showing us, guys, this thing can be dropping, guys. Have to take that into consideration. Low turnover rate though, so that's good. But keep your eyes out on this thing. This thing does have some huge selling pressure as far as large scale on it. And if those large scales continue to come in, guys, I'm 100% sure that this stock is going to see levels around $4 even or even further, guys. So we do need to see a swing coming in here. My boy Brian just sent us $5, guys. Thank you, Brian. It really does help. All right, let's check it out, Brian. You want to talk about the bros? You want to talk about the Dutch brothers? All right, man. This stock, as you can see here, first day trading on the New York Stock Exchange, of course. Now, this thing here, I don't know if I'm not mistaken. Let me take a look here at this 1 minute chart. I get over myself, man. Opened at 32.50. The previous close, $23. Let's take a look here. Okay, so this thing, let's see. Drive-through drinks company Dutch Bros shares jumped 60% in their trading debut. Okay. I don't know why they're not showing. Yeah, it opened up 41% over the IPO price. So I strongly do believe this stock is going to come down overall. Okay, guys, we're going to see this thing start consolidating around levels around $26. This is my best guess. As you can see here, low turnover rate on that 59.48% though, guys, which is very, very unusual for an IPO. Very unusual. Now, looking at the free float compared to the shares outstanding, guys, just brought a tear to my face. It really did, guys. That is very, very impressive if you ask me. Extremely impressive. A lot of shares are being held right now, meaning the buying and selling can be magnified. Okay, so if people continue to buy this thing, it's going to shoot up in price tremendously. But if people start selling it, trying to cash in some of these gains right now, this stock is going to be headed, like I said, to around $24, guys. Let's take a look here at the analysis today. Order flow distribution. And you can see here, Lewis just sent us $5. How it's going, Lewis? Shout out to Lewis, man. I'm getting excited here, guys. Those super chats got a big smile on my face. You guys should see it. It's just a very cheesy smile. Looking here, at this medium though, guys, even though we don't pay too much attention to it, that medium was impressive. Okay, 45 on an IPO. That's incredible. Small scale, 40 is very incredible on a IPO. So looking at all these indicators that they are giving us, it's a good chance it can go up, but I wouldn't bet on it. Okay, guys, we got to play it safe. You know what I'm saying? We just can't look at it on one side perspective. We got to know the good, the bad, and the ugly here. So currently we see some selling pressure on it being under the VWAP currently. We closed above the VWAP. So that's why I consider it slight selling pressure. That can go either way. Keep your eyes out on this stock, man. Very, very good play. Let's check out. Let's see if they got any of this yet from the old Q5. Bro, I never knew it was 5 quarters in a year, but this is what I recommend Webull sometimes to people. But when we see stuff like this, Webull makes me look so bad. Q5, right, Webull? It's crazy. But this is what we want to take a look at. Got blindsided by the SPRT merger. Ouch. Guys, this is the... Let me go back. Let me go back to my boy Jay. Just sent us $10, guys. Jay just sent us a 10-piece spicy, guys. Shout out to you, Jay. That really does help the channel. You guys do not know how much it makes me feel to see a super chat. To see people are willing to send money lets me know I am doing something good for people, guys. You know, here on the channel, we just don't talk about stock picks. We even go over buying strategies. We try to identify the exits from institutions. We do it a little bit different here than most YouTubers, guys. We're not the traditional YouTuber. But thanks again, Jay, for that super chat, man. It really does go a long way. But back to this stock. Yeah, guys, this did take a lot of people by surprise, and this is the real reason why I wasn't. When I was speaking about SPRT, I didn't every day talk about the merger. I didn't always bring up the merger. I wasn't telling everybody, yeah, the merger is coming, because I didn't want you guys to get caught up in that. I didn't want you guys to think that the merger was a 100% cash-in catalyst. Okay, guys? So that is the true reason why we didn't speak about the merger too much, because I didn't want you guys to get caught up in that. And as you can see here, a result of that, like I tell you guys all the time, if we go back to SPRT, hopefully it's still here. If this merger was such a guarantee, go to the day chart. If the merger was such a guarantee, SPRT wouldn't have been selling off. They would have been buying it on speculation. Obvious sign, guys. So don't get caught up in mergers and stuff like that. Mergers isn't a guarantee to a payout, guys. Only certain stocks with less, if it has very few institutional, if it has less institutional holdings, then it's a good chance the stock might hold and rocket after a merger. But in the SPRT case, that wasn't the case, guys. There was a lot of institutions holding it. Means they have the sway, meaning after the merger, they're going to sell. They're going to sell even faster than us, guys. Large scale orders do get filled faster than small scale orders. Remember that, guys. So if they put in an order to sell 2 million shares and you're trying to put in the same order at the same price, your order is most likely not going to get filled because they're going to handle that large scale order much faster than yours. So this is why I try to get you guys to understand institutional holdings on a stock. Make sure you check that out always. Dr. Pumpas just sent us another $2.79. I believe that's Canadian because it keeps saying KCA. Do you guys know Dr. Pumpas? Are you from Canada? Yes, I'm from Canada. I should have just read the freaking words and I would have known that. Getting over myself, guys. He says PMCB, and yes, from Canada, Master Obi. Oh my God, guys. You do not know when you guys call me Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? I get so excited, guys. I am a die-hard Star Wars fan. Once I get my setup completely, guys, and I be going in front of the screen, you will see my backdrop. I got so many Star Wars action figures, mugs, still in boxes, guys, comic books, VHS tapes that haven't even been opened yet, guys. I'm talking die-hard, guys. Die-hard Star Wars fans. So when you guys call me Obi-Wan, man, I take that to the head. But my boy Dr. Pumpus wants to talk about PMCB. Now, let's go back a little bit. The first thing I want to look at, because I didn't watch this stock at all today. We have been talking about it, though. I want to take a look here at the day chart. Let's see what the day chart brought us. It looks like some huge volatility coming from that $3.19 point all the way to $3.53. Closed at $3.40. Now, what's not sitting too well with me is that turnover percentage here. Turnover percentage is too high on a day like this. Free float is looking pretty good though, guys. This thing can fall to a micro float pretty fast, and micro floats can be manipulated by the retail investor. It can be manipulated by a retail investor. Let's check out how much the institutions is holding though. Let's see where we up against. Whoa. I take that back. If retail investors just start pumping this stock right now and started buying PMCB, so let's say PMCB shot up to like $7 tomorrow. Institutions is going to pull out mad. Now, institutions jumped on this thing on the 30th of June, okay, right after the Russell reconstructions. Like all institutions does, guys. Institutions tend to add massive amounts after the reconstructions of indexes. Okay. As you can see here, June 30th, this is what they added. This particular company, Panagora Asset Management, owns 39% of the shares outstanding. That's huge. That is huge, guys. We're looking at this institutional holdings. That is huge. 42.29% is owned by institutions. They have a lot of sway in this stock. So if people started buying this thing, shot it up to like $7, expect those institutions to pull out and take their gains. Okay, guys. So please be aware of that. Amanda sent us $2. Thanks, Amanda, for that super chat. It really does help a lot, guys. I can't stress that enough. You guys are putting a huge smile on my face today. More super chats than ever, guys. I really appreciate that. Strongly appreciate that. But back to PMCB. Amanda, if you want to talk about a ticker, just drop it right now. Black Nicholson will highlight it for me. Right, Nicholson? So if you send a super chat and you forget to put your ticker, just at Black Nicholson, he'll make sure I get it in, guys. Now, everything though is coming together for, let's go back to it. Any stock, you gotta check this briefly again. Any though, like I was telling you guys, this stock doesn't have too much institutional holdings. It's only 2.7%. Meaning the big players don't have sway in it. We do. The retail investor is the one that's really behind any stock, guys. These type of indicators, this is a real reason. This is another reason why I want you guys to get out there and sign up for Webull. Because they give us indicators that no other platform gives us. Okay? But wait, Andy, let's take a look here. Well, I think we're under the VWAP right now. Yeah, we're under the VWAP. We see these downtrends. Okay, these isn't short ladder attacks, guys. We know the hedge funds do not hit us with those during the aftermarket. Hedge funds come out with short ladder attacks when high volume is coming through the stock. And during the aftermarket right now, not too much volume is coming through. We do see buying and sell orders coming in, but not as much during today's trading day. They tend to come out with those ladder attacks when a lot of shares is being moved around, so they can try to disguise what's going on. A stock that sees very low volume, we'll see a whistleblower coming into play if it was low volume. So short ladder attacks tend to be brought upon us when we see huge difference in the value, okay, because it's easy to hide within all that trading. Again, Adam. Black Nicholson, can you talk about BBIG? Casey, I got you. Casey been hitting us with the digs all day, man. So we gotta show some love. Okay, Casey. Let's talk about BBIG. BBIG is one that saw some huge volatility today. Okay, look, this chart looks something like a canoe, if you ask me, guys. Like, ooh, like this, you see? Huge bowl. Super bowl. Now, let's take a look here at turnover rate, 70%. Ouch! Even though we see higher turnover rates, guys, we done seen turnover rates in 1600 before. Okay, but looking here though, 70%. It's kind of high, but not too high. We saw higher before, but free float is okay. It could be better. 52-week high compared to the 52-week low, though. Risk versus reward, as of now, isn't in our favor, guys. That doesn't mean this isn't a buy. If we go back to the day chart, it's a time to buy and a time to sell. Okay, guys. Now, looking how BBG did just shoot up. BBIG is still in a swing cycle. Okay, we see 3 drops. Let's see. The day yesterday we closed at $7.95 with the high being $4.90, but we opened at $4.92. So yesterday was a full complete downtrend. Today's open was $8.41, with the high being $8.73. I see that close being $8.15. Okay day in BBIG, guys. Okay, even and not every stock. Listen, guys, if you see a red day on the chart, please don't panic. If you decided to buy the stock at the beginning of the day and it shoots down in price a little bit, please do not panic, guys. Stocks, it doesn't just go one way. Okay, so if a stock goes down in price, say you bought BBIG at 12.49, we're currently sitting at 8.15. If you're thinking about selling for that loss, guys, I personally feel like I'm not teaching you good enough, because selling for a loss isn't something I encourage people to do. Okay, instead of selling for that loss, you will want to average down. Okay, and guys, let me see what you guys talking about. Listen, guys, the reason why I told you guys, I told Casey to message Black Nicholson, her ticker, not Casey, but Amanda, is because Amanda forgot to write a ticker in her super chat, guys. That is why I told Amanda to at Black Nicholson for a ticker. Okay, but I'm trying to get everybody ticker in, guys. If I'm steady missing your ticker, all it takes is a super chat. It can be $1. If they allowed 50 cents, I would gladly talk about the ticker for that, guys. Dude, it's not that. It's that I can't see them all, guys. Not everyone is even dropping a ticker. Some people are just writing words. So if you drop a ticker now, within the next 10 seconds, your ticker, your message wouldn't even be visible to me. Okay, so the super chats pop up across the screen and it stays there for a while, guys. So I talk about it. It's highlighted. Everyone sees it. So back to BBIG though. Let's take a look here at the analysis though. You gotta take a look here at the analysis. Okay, we see overall large scale buying pressure on a massive scale today. Huge gap, huge difference. But what is special is that small scale, guys. The retail investor is still hanging around BBIG. So do not take that as a bad thing that we are in a cool down. I wouldn't even call this a huge drawback. This is what we call a cool down. This is something expected, because you got to think about it, guys. This thing went from $2 pretty fast to $12.49. Expect the cool down. Take advantage of the cool down. Be grateful for the cool down, because if this thing shot straight to the moon like from $2 and went all the way to like $40, expect this thing to shoot down very fast. So to see that we're edging our way up gives us some huge support levels. Ray Rilla wants to talk about URG. Thanks for that super chat, Ray, man. It really does go a long way. My boy Matthew just sent us $5, holding a fat bag on SPRT/GREE. Gree. We're just gonna call it Gree, guys. Down over 100K. Matthew, don't Gree have the potential to come back? Matthew, you're down 100K. All right, Matthew, I'm gonna have to personally talk to you, man. After we talk about URG, we're gonna go back to what Matthew wants to talk about, because being down 100K, Matthew, that isn't a good thing whatsoever. Okay, so let's talk about URG. Thanks a lot, Matthew. Thanks a lot, Ray. This really does help us a lot, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are making my day. Hey, URG. Urge Energy. Now, hold on. Let me take a quick, brief look. Uranium. What I was telling you guys. I don't know if you've seen today's video this morning, but I was telling you guys the uranium sector is booming last quarter of the year, always. Why? Because what's really magnifying all these uranium stocks, guys, is the crypto mining world as well. Because we know a lot of these companies is trying to switch over to a more efficient, less heat, because a lot of these mining rigs conducts a lot of heat, guys. A lot of heat. I'm doing my research on those mining companies, guys, and they say inside of those buildings can get over 100 degrees at nighttime. So very hot place. But overall, uranium is a clean energy overall, guys. The waste isn't clean, but nuclear energy is clean, guys. It's just the waste that isn't clean. So with this infrastructure rebuild that's going on, we're going to see some more nuclear power plants popping up. And thus, uranium is getting scarce, guys. The price for uranium is getting higher. So let's look at these key statistics. Free float is okay here. We see that low turnover rate, which is appealing to me. Like, you guys know how I get down. Looking at that average value compared to today's value, guys, all the uranium stocks is trending high in value. Okay, as you can see here, this thing was just recently. Let's check this low out. The low here was $1.01. Okay, we hit $1.01, and we're currently $2.50. So, no, $2.05. I'm sorry about that, guys. And we closed at $2.05. We're currently sitting at $2.06. Now, seeing as though the whole uranium sector is pushing up, it's the last quarter of the year, so we expect this to happen. We set the 52-week high here today. Okay, expect a cool off, but not an overall cool off. This thing may cool off tomorrow. That is when you want to grab it, during the cool off. I know my guy. Ray love those options, but we do not see any option plays in this stock. Sad to say. Let's take a look here at the analysis, though. We've been seeing money just hitting these uranium stocks, guys. We've been talking about uranium all week. But as you can see here, that large scale, massive. Small scale, massive. Medium, which we tend to look past, massive. Buying pressure, guys. Let's take a look here at the 1 minute. Dude, this is a buy. I'm just telling you now. Anything that's uranium right now, guys, is a buy. It's just up to us personally to determine which one is going to be the better one for us. Okay, guys? But all these uranium stocks, guys, everyone that is watching, everyone should have at least one uranium company in their portfolio, like right now, guys. Okay, because uranium is a big part in everything. We're talking about everything that's nuclear, guys. Okay, it's clean energy. The crypto mining stocks they want to get their hands on this. In fact, in case you guys do not know, SOS, ticker symbol SOS, of course, is trying to acquire they're trying to buy majority of 3 of America's largest nuclear power plants. And if they can do so, SOS, which is a China-based mining company, will be able to crypto mine over here in the US. Okay, guys? So they're trying to buy that, use the energy for their crypto, trying to use it for their crypto mining. We know that thing takes a lot of energy as well. So what is the best energy source to actually do crypto mining? Uranium, guys. So as all these mining companies pop up, they're trying to get their hands on some nuclear energy, and this is a place to go. Okay, so I consider this a buy, guys. Green light on this one. Now, my boy Matthew Zinker says, holding a bag on SPRT/GRE. Down over 100K. Does GRE have the potential? GREE have the potential to come back? Now, Matt, let's take a look here at. Man, Matthew, I wish you would have had. I wish I could have spoke to you before you even bought this thing, man. I really do. I would have been able to tell you that warning sign, because what gave me a red flag, and the reason why I didn't want to keep mentioning, yes, guys, the SPRT merger is coming up. It is coming up because I didn't want you guys to feel as though that this SPRT merger was going to be a for sure win. Okay, looking at how SPRT was trading before the merger, wasn't good at all. Okay, guys, wasn't good at all. As you can see here, this thing went all the way to 59.69. We heard that merger news, okay, and it started downtrending. Okay, anytime you see a downtrend right before a merger, guys. Okay, Amanda wants to talk about CEI, so we're going to talk about that right after the SPRT. Thanks, Amanda. We're going to talk about CEI for you, Amanda. All right, but looking at this, though, guys, what gave me the red flag that this merger was going to actually, in fact, hurt a lot of people was to see SPRT in a downtrend right before the merger. If a merger is spoken about and it is approaching its date, guys, a stock that is most likely to benefit and show a huge spike in price on the merger date, once it's complete, you will see the stock in an uptrend. People will be buying it on speculation. This was a key warning to tell us people was going to sell the news. Okay, and that's the real reason why I didn't want to keep talking about the merger, because I didn't want to get people confused, like, buy the merger. The merger is coming. The merger. That was getting a lot of people to buy it. Everyone kept talking about it. Everyone kept thinking as though that it was a for sure fire. But we know the warning signs. Apes together, my boy Crypto Drew. Drew, drop me a ticker. Thanks a lot, Crypto Drew. 8 strong together. Yeah, drop a ticker, Drew, so we can talk about it. I want to see, drop a gem on me. Something we haven't talked about. Something that you're holding back that you don't want us to know. Tell me a good ticker. All right, but looking here though, Matt, yeah, but far as the potential for it to grow, let's go back to GRE. Man, it's so hard to say. What is your average cost, Matt, if you mind me asking? I need to know your average cost right now, because how far down are you? Because it's hard for me to actually know if you have a good chance. Was in it for the squeeze. Again, guys, I preach to you all the time. Buying a stock, hoping for a short squeeze here, is one of the most riskiest things to do in the stock market, due to the fact that the stock isn't trading on its fundamentals and you're really betting on others to hold and buy on the rise. That I forgot the 2 companies, guys. I don't want to say the names because I always get it messed up. I think it was Volkswagen, if I'm not correct. If I am correct, I'm sorry. Was it Volkswagen, guys? Can you let me know? Around 15. You got SPRT around 15. So what does that transpire over into GREE? But yeah, though, Matt, the reason why I try to tell people to stay away from that, guys, because they always try to look back on that huge squeeze. I want to say it was Volkswagen, wasn't it, guys? Was it Volkswagen that forced that squeeze? I forgot the company. But the reason why they were able to achieve that, because they had, for one, they had the capital, and for 2, they didn't have to rely on millions of other Americans to hold and buy. Okay. And if the stock went down a little bit, they were able to buy it on their own and push it up, guys. It didn't happen overnight. Yeah, you're right. Volkswagen. Yeah, Volkswagen achieved that because Volkswagen only had to rely on Volkswagen. Okay, they had the capital to do so, and it wasn't that many people, in the stock before them. So meaning Volkswagen can cause that squeeze, and they don't have to worry about people jumping out before them causing the drop, because that would make you wonder, if one person can cause a short squeeze, why don't people like Elon Musk get over to AMC and force that squeeze, or Jeff Bezos just force a squeeze in AMC? Because if a lot of people see that type of money coming in, it's a very good chance that Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk will be a bag holder. Okay, So that's why, because it's too many people in AMC right now to ensure that. Volkswagen was Porsche, and then SONM really disappointed me. I was way up and had to sell at even. Put that money into for a $1 to $2 swing. Okay, guys, and another thing we tend to talk about here on the channel is locking in some of those gains, guys. It isn't a bad thing to lock in those gains due to the fact that it doesn't hurt your cost average. A lot of people think about selling it completely. So, for instance, say you had a dollar cost average in the stock, and the stock is now $5. Okay, a lot of people tend to sell it. Okay, then buy back in. They'll buy back in at $3. If it go down to $3, then they'll buy back in. I don't suggest that due to the fact you're hurting your cost average. You were just up tremendously. You sold it completely. Now you buy back in. Now you're borderline down or borderline up a little bit, guys. Please, please, please. If you plan on selling some of your shares and you feel as though you might jump back in, just don't sell out completely. Just hold some of that. You won't hurt your cost average. Because if you got $1, if your average cost is $1 and now the stock is, what, 2 years later, it's $10, you know every 10% that the stock moves up now, you're doubling your money. That's why I try to tell people early seed is the easy seed. Okay? Rocket Labs for a swing. Thoughts on Rocket Lab for a swing this week? TMC up 12% after hours. Let's check it out. How about DTST? All right, we're going to talk about all those. Yo, bro, my boy Trapstar. Boy, Trapstar, what's the day trades for tomorrow? Top picks. Day trades for tomorrow, top picks. You know, guys, it's hard. I would have to look through, bro, I would have to literally look through the market right now. I literally have to look through this whole thing right now to find that. That is why I hit you with those moves during tonight's video. You will catch some of those tonight's video, but let's take a look here at DTST, guys. DTST. Data storage. Okay, data storage. Cool down. 3-day cool down. A lot of these stocks are seeing the 3-day cool down. Okay. I can show you a few other stocks that we talked about today that is seeing a 3-day cool down. This is what we call a cool down. Okay. Now, seeing as though that we're currently sitting at $5.14, we're not too long ago, 4 days ago, guys, we were just sitting at $7.67. If you are up at that high, I wouldn't average down just yet. It's not the time to average down. Your average down price on this will be under $5, like $4.80. If we don't get that, that is okay, because the way that this stock is moving, $7.67 will be picked up on the way up. Okay, looking here at the 52-week high compared to the 52-week low, the reward is in our favor. Okay. Again, listen to my boy Crypto Drew. Crypto Drew know all the moves, guys. Everyone, make sure you smash that like button. You heard what the guy said. Yeah, we only got 93, guys. We got 159. All right, guys. I want to see some likes. Push this thing over 100. We only need 7 thumbs up. Let's go. We only got 93 right now. And 1 thumbs down. 1 thumbs down. One thing I wish that if it was only 1 thumbs down, I wish YouTube just allowed you to know who that one person was. He's probably having a bad day. We're over 100. Time to get back to the stocks, guys. Okay. My boy Ryan in the place. B stacking 9mm all way. I never can forget that name. I thumbed up right away earlier. Yeah, I already know you coming through, bro. My boy Trapstar. Trapstar. Y'all seeing y'all getting that CEI money, huh? Any thoughts on SoFi? I got you, Ryan. WTER. WTER. Listen. Some guy told me in the comment section that WTER, let's check that out really quick. It's one of his favorite stocks that he's been in since I called it. You guys know we've been buying this thing early this year. Cost average 97 cents. Today on YouTube, guys, I just seen an advertisement for alkaline water for the very first time. And it's strange to me, they even spoke about the market on it. It didn't just say anything about going to buy alkaline water. In fact, that advertisement said the hottest beverage stock in the market right now. So that was crazy to see that on YouTube, man. So with that being said, like I told you guys, this company is America's #1 alkaline water company, independent alkaline water company. So with that being said, they did this without any traditional advertising, guys. We never saw an alkaline water commercial ever. A lot of you guys never even saw alkaline water 88 in stores yet. Okay, but for them to be the #1 guys without advertising is tremendous. And we see Shaq. I know you guys seeing Shaq doing all these other commercials. That lets you know where he can really take this. In fact, guys, they even gave this guy his own 6-pack. Okay, his own 6-pack. So expect Shaq to start pitting more into alkaline water. I'm just waiting to see this guy on ESPN with an alkaline water bottle. Once we see that, if you're not in the stock, I wouldn't get in it then because you're going to be too late, buddy. All right. Dip by water. Yeah, water is one of the best stocks that I have bought. As far as buying it and putting it in the back pocket and not having to worry about it. Okay. We know where it's going. AEHL. AEHL. Antelope. Now, free float here on Antelope is right, strangely. But like I was telling you guys, AEHL, the only thing AEHL is missing is the value. In fact, looking at this estimated borrow rate, 57.50. Okay, all the numbers are there to force a spike in price just off not institution, but retail buying alone can push this thing up, but the buying isn't coming into the stock. This isn't a fundamentally sound stock, but all the numbers are screaming manipulation. So, but I wouldn't buy the stock just off of that alone. Looking here at the order flow distribution, you guys know how I like to play it safe. Looking here at the order flow distribution, as you can see here, the small scale did slightly outperform it if we look at it on a percentage thing. But no movement in the outflow today. I mean, no movement in a large scale whatsoever today. Now, if we add up these numbers, the outflow is still weighing massive on the stock, thus selling pressure. Okay, this thing is showing signs of selling pressure. I wouldn't move on this thing yet. I see appealing prices for me is around $2.50. Is my appeal price where I want to snag some. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about CEI, huh, Amanda? Let's get it. Amanda wants to talk about Camber Energy. Guys, expect a cool down here pretty soon. I'm just letting you guys know, even though we are continuing to go up in price, buying at each high of the day or buying this thing on a green day is very, very dangerous. Because I see this cool down being more of a drawback. Okay, so if we continue to move up, but say for instance, if we did see a cool down tomorrow, I'm not saying we will, but if the cool down came tomorrow, this thing can see levels around $1.30, between $1.15 and $1.30. It can see those type of levels, guys. Now, as we continue to go up in price, that cool down numbers will be higher. Okay, so for instance, say we're at $2. Say we get to trading around $2 and then we cool down. Then we can be falling around numbers around $1.80 to like $1.60. So keep that in mind, guys. Please do not be buying CEI blind, okay? Buying CEI with all of your buying power on any of these green days is what we call high-risk trading. Okay, so you do not want to do that. That's why a lot of people sell. They'll go all in. Stock shoots down 10%, and then they hurry up and hop out because they're afraid to lose any more money. They can't average down. And that's why I try to tell you guys, play it safe, guys. We do have to play these plays safe. Looking here at the order flow distribution, as you can see here, we do see some huge movement the 2 days before. But seeing as though today it was a very tight battle, so I'm not concerned about that outflow, large scale outflow whatsoever. But looking at the small, we've been seeing that small outperforming that outflow small every day, all day. You know what? I just because, hey, I love that emoji you just put in there. So we're going to look at outlook for KPLT the rest of the week, please. All right, after CEI, I got you. Due to the fact that I don't even know where you got that emoji from. So for having that exclusive emoji, I'm gonna hit you with the KPLT rundown. But let's finish talking about CEI. CEI did have an extreme high turnover rate. Tend to see a high turnover rate here in CEI all the time. So we know some day traders coming around. That is why we do not close at a key. That is why we spike up at first, guys, and the selling starts to come down, as you can see here. As you can see here, yesterday's high being $1.80. We closed at $1.58. It happens all the time. It's hard. We tend to not close here in CEI near the high whatsoever. We always see a pullback. Why? Because day traders are having a field day. Okay, now with that being said, like I told you guys, play this thing safe. Do not go all in on a green day because that very next day might be the cool down. And this thing can cool down any day now. I'm not saying it's going to cool down tomorrow, but I'm telling you it's going to cool down in the near future. So play it safe, guys. Glad I'm not the only one who lost money on SPRT/GREE. Guys, a lot of people were selling before that merger. Just for that reason. So, with that being said, man, you guys got to follow the trend, man. And people selling it right before the merger. It's something going on. Now, looking at Catapult, like I was telling you guys, even though that Catapult is seeing slight. Yesterday was a very, very strange day. Seeing that high $7.59. We closed at $6.60 yesterday. Okay, so close to losing a dollar drop. Now today, another red day, but it's not a panic day, guys. We're showing huge support in the $6 range. And just to think, this stock was just trading around $3, and we're showing support at $6. Tremendous. Very, very good work. Very, very good stock to be in. Low turnover rate every single day, and the free float is in our favor. Free float is in our favor. Order flow distribution. KPLT might be seeing a run this week. Huge run. Let us see some large scale orders like we saw on the 13 come into this puppy. It's going to be crazy. Now, the only drawback we really saw here was that medium scale affecting us, but not by too much. That's why I really don't pay attention to the medium scale, guys. As you can see there, that gap only drove us down 1.52%. That small, day after day, KPLT small is bigger. Well, it's been that way last week, all this week so far. And with that being said, we know the retail investor is very intrigued by these prices. Now, I think today's drop in price is going to trigger some massive buying pressure tomorrow. But we're going to leave that for the rundown video, guys. That one is going to be a good one, so make sure you guys check that one out later today. The Wednesday's rundown. Thursday expectation, guys. Do not miss that one. We tend to make some good calls on that. Already holding 400 shares of KPLT. My boy Benjamin. He know what's going on. Obviously not, dude. It was just a comment. Who my boy Texaco Joe. I like that name, Texaco Joe. Texaco Joe. Pizza and chicken. I see a pizza and a chicken in the comment section. Check out DNE. I've been seeing a lot of these comments, guys. A lot of your names are pretty familiar. My boy Ray been in the comment sections a lot lately, Ray. So I got you on that. DNN now. Oh crap. $1.85. If this thing breaks $1.85, you can see huge upside. As you can see, approaching the 52-week high, that 52-week low being very, very low, 30 cents. Turnover here is low. Let's check out what's been going on behind the scenes. It maintained its hold by TD Securities. Price target raised to $2.40 from $1.65. TD Securities is just price target to. Okay, we see a price target raise. Price target raise is just really catalyst, guys. That doesn't. The analysts are most of the time wrong. It just gives us a feel for what we can see. But for the most of the time, guys, these analyst price targets be shot. Looking here at what they rated, though. They rated a buy. Order flow distribution for today. Not too much large-scale movement going on here in the place. Let's look here at the order flow distribution again. Like I was saying, guys, not too much movement on large scales here. Okay, as you can see here, the medium was just strangely high. And the small was strangely high here. Especially the small was extremely high. Retail investors loving it. Maybe due to the fact that that slight catalyst came out with price target raise. Anytime we see a price target raise, guys, we start to see some drawback coming into play. Where's the early seats at? Texaco Joe want an early seat. All right, Texaco. I got something for you, man. You can check out SoFi for the mid to long term. It just had an analyst buy signal with target 28. We'll check SoFi out. Looking here at DNN, guys. Like I was saying, large scale orders, we don't see too much movement in here. But seeing that 2.12 that came in, guys, on the 10th. As you can see here, this is the effect of a large scale movement with a stock with no large scale movement whatsoever. So anytime we don't see any type of movement in the large scale and the order comes through like it did on the 10th, guys, as you can see here on the highlighted day, 12% gain. That is why we pay attention to that large scale orders, guys, because they do affect the stock. They really do affect the stock. Again, guys, a lot of messages are coming through. If I am passing your ticker, if I'm not mentioning the ticker that you want me to, just send a super chat and I will see it, guys. A lot of these messages are coming through so fast, I don't get a chance to even see what you wrote. Now, let's take a look here at, but overall though, just keep your eyes out on that large scale orders, because this thing might see another jump in price. Okay, even though we're approaching that 52-week high, if we bust through the 52-week high, which right now is the resistance to the moon, Batman. Now, next stock I want to take a look at, guys, and that is Bit Digital. Looking here at Bit Digital, guys. Low turnover rate today, but Bit Digital does have some high turnover rates most of the time. Looking there at that free float compared to the shares outstanding, isn't bad at all. 52-week high being $33 and 52-week low being $3.20. Risk versus reward is in our favor as of now. It's very close though, but slightly in our favor. Take a look here at the analysis, order flow distribution. Now that large scale, let's take a look here at the day chart, the 1 minute chart really quickly. Let's see when that large scale did pick up. The large scale seems as though it started to pick up around 11:48 Central Time, guys. Drove the stock down with mostly exit candles. Here's an obvious exit candle. Obvious, guys. Low volume though today, guys. Only 5.92 million, with the average being 18.27. We know this is crypto mining stock, so let's take a look here at what the coin is doing right now. Coin is up. The coin is up, but we do need to break that 51,000 for Bit Digital, FinTech, SOS. I can keep going, guys. Any stock for a week for us to see those things, see a major run just off the coin, off the mining alone, it does have to break 52,000. If Bitcoin breaks 52,000 and Ether breaks 4,000, whenever that happens, check Bit Digital, FinTech, any stock, and I'm 100% sure these things are going to be in a bull market. A lot of people are expecting Bitcoin to hit $100,000 by the end of the year, which I don't think is a good prediction, because that is way off, if you ask me. More like 60,000, between 60 and 70,000 is more realistic. But even that, guys, is going to push these stocks into headlines. Okay, so keep your eyes out on these stocks, guys. These crypto mining stocks is going to be big in the future. In fact, if you ask me, these things are going to move out to central banks. Oh my freaking God. My boy. I can't say your name. A mail just sent us. What is SEK? Email, what country are you from? What do you think about GSAT? Email just sent us $50, guys. I think that's $50. I'm not sure, because I don't think that is the US dollar. What is SEK, guys? Sweden. I don't even know how people even catch on to this channel from Sweden. But he just sent us 50, guys, from Sweden. Thanks a lot. Thank you a lot, Mail, for that super chat. It really does go a long way. I can't not stress that enough. Now, GSAT. Let's check it out. Oh, man. They always hit me. I'm always typing too fast. Webull can't keep up with it. All right. looking at this stock, first thing I want to take a look at is that free float compared to the shares outstanding, which, as you can see here, guys, is very well so in our favor. Okay, only a billion shares are left. I don't know why I said only, guys. A billion shares is a lot. But looking at that 52-week high being $2.98, 52-week low being 29-cent, guys, risk versus reward isn't in the favor right now, but that is okay. That really isn't the indicator if it's a buy or not, but we do have to assess that. But as you can see here, hitting the high on today's trading $1.93 on the high, the open being $1.68. Okay, previous close being $1.75. So we are somewhat trading in the same ballpark. But as you can see here, yesterday was a huge day for the stock in a bad way. So anytime you see drop-offs like this, guys, this is the time to be buying it. I wouldn't buy it today, though. As you can see, this isn't a drop-off day. But yesterday was the time to be grabbing this stock. And if you did, you made the right decision. Okay? Due to the fact that anytime a stock drops like this, it's more than likely that we're going to see huge buying pressure on it the next day. Unless the stock dropped off on some bad news. Now, if it was bad news, it can continue to fall. Let's check the news out. So this was some bad news. Somewhat bad news. Apple's iPhone 13 doesn't appear to be satellite capable. Why Webull Stock tumbled. So that isn't too bad news. I mean, it isn't good news, but that isn't news that's going to send this stock crashing below $1. Not even close, guys. Just a very good drawback for any investor that is looking to get in the stock, that has been eyeing the stock, or anybody that is looking to average down from that $2.78 high. But as you can see here, this stock jumped up in price. On the 27th, this thing was closed at $1.43. The very next day, though, this thing opened at $2.39, but it closed at $2.35. And then we go to see a somewhat of a downtrend. Then we're uptrending again, guys. And now we're downtrending and expect this thing to uptrend again. So if you did buy yesterday's dip, it's about to be time for you to count your chips, guys. Let's take a look here at the analysis, though. Order flow distribution on the analysis is telling us one thing, that the large-scale order. Tomorrow, large-scale orders in this stock is going to be very important. More important than anything. More important than the small. More important than the medium. Okay, in fact, if we see, which I'm pretty sure we're going to see some large scales coming into this stock, outperforming the outflows overall. I'm expecting to see some large scale inflow, and I'm expecting this thing to continue to rise in price. The levels I'm looking at, guys, this thing can get around $2.20 before we see another slight red day. I don't think we're going to just shoot back up to $2 and around $2.70 tomorrow. Okay, so with that being said, this was the time to buy yesterday, not today, guys. Now, if you're in the stock, the average down was yesterday. Everything that you should have been doing was yesterday, guys. Okay. Again, thank you, Emil, for the 50 you sent. I don't know how to say it. It's 50 Sweden. What do you call money in Sweden, guys? Can anyone tell me? I see a gap fill, the downside on GSAT. I mean, the way it moved up, it's a very good chance. I mean, if it has to be a drop to be filled. This thing jumped up in price. So I don't really consider a gap to be filled. Now, if it dropped down in price, then yes, a gap has to be filled. But we see this all the time. Huge jumps up and stocks never looking back ever. So we don't see a huge jump down that a gap needs to be filled. Only time these gaps tend to be filled and drop in price is when the gap is a downside gap. Like since, for instance, a few other stocks, man. This gap is okay. This gap is okay. The corner, Swedish corner, huh? That's awesome. Thanks again, ML, for that. Freddie gonna set a pace up. Freddie, what's wrong with you, man? Freddie, what's going on? So, are we chasing the gap to the upside? Chasing the gap to the upside. What gap is he talking about? What gap you talking about, Trapstar? And Naomi wants to talk about any stock. We'll talk about any again. Any, mini, miny, mo. Alright, guys. Huge day in any. Expect to see some climb down in the aftermarket, of course. Again, guys, 100 million shares being pushed around today. But get this. If you did sell after this, after they raised the money, you saw the price coming down, panicked and hopped out, took all your gains, got out of there. That was one of the most craziest things you could have done, because this is a stock that actually can be, that's actually a good acquisition target. Not only that, they raised money to secure that 60K mining rates. Hold on, just another super chat just came through. Holy guacamole! Just sent us $2. Thanks a lot for that, Holy. It really does help. Holy moly donut. I just had to say that. Sorry, Holy guacamole. I just had to say it. You set me up for that one, man. But yeah, man. We're talking about any stock. We're gonna get to CEI right after this. Okay, thanks a lot for that super chat, Annie. I mean, I need to slow down. Thanks for that super chat, Holy. Now, back to any, guys. Them securing those 60K mining rates is going to push this stock past that 52-week high. In fact, guys, I just set this thing up for a long-term investment. Okay, this is a crypto mining stock. That's a good acquisition target. Not only that, guys, they raised money at the right time, if you ask me, for the right thing. A lot of stocks tend to raise money just to put up the revenue so they can make it through the year because they're not making money. But in this case, any is making money. And in this case, any did raise that money to secure those 60K mining rigs, which gave us a discounted price and gave us a good buying opportunity for anyone that wants to jump on this train. Well, rocket ship in this case. So we do see a bounce back in shares today. Naomi, you still in any, right? Good move. Benjamin said that holy guacamole. Can you talk about NIO, please? Nio. Let me see what my boy Holy wants to. My boy Holy wants to talk about CEI really quick, and then we can talk about Nio, guys. Dude, it's sad to say about Nio, but it's all good. We crushed it. Now, CEI, good stock, but like I was telling you guys, turnover rate is quite high. Each and every day we've been seeing that. Free float isn't in our favor. The volume was incredible today. Okay, but like I've been saying, man, CEI is getting ready for a cool off. So with that being said, guys, please do not be going all in on CEI on a green day, because you might get caught in the trap. I would even go all in on this thing on a red day, because the cool off is going to be a multi-day thing. maybe 2-3 red days, not big red days, but you do not want to go all in and can't average down. That is the worst feeling ever, to buy a stock at its peak, all your money at the beginning of the week, can't average down, and at the end of the week you're down 30%. Don't be that guy. Make sure you play this thing safe. Like I was telling you guys, order flow distribution is telling us that retail investor is loving these prices and continue to love them. But which is expected. This is a key reason why we did see a small drawback. If we look here at the minute chart, the reason why we didn't shoot past that $1.79 is because, again, this guy right here, it isn't a big gap, but that gap is big enough to cut us down a little bit. So that's why I tell you guys the large scale orders does matter a lot. You don't need a big number for the large scale order to push the stock up or down. Okay. Now, the next stock we're going to talk about here is Nio. Guys, I know you guys know the backstory about this. We were buying Nio last year in September, really June. No, July. July was the first purchase we heard about. People started talking about Nio on the Wallstreetbets Reddit forum. This was back when I was a mod, by the way, guys. We started to see a lot of talk about Nio in the Reddit forum. And we was killing it in Nio, guys. Nio was like $3 and some change. We were making so much money on Nio uprise. That is when a few guys thought it was a good idea to buy GameStop. And people started buying it, and we were laughing off the losses because we were making so much money on Nio. It's like, yeah, I'm up on Nio. I'm up 170% on Nio this week. But yeah, I'm down 20% in GME. Laugh it off. We all laugh it off. We all started buying GME. News got involved. Media took over. Everyone started buying it crazy. The Reddit group got bigger. And thus, here I am. I'm doing my own thing, guys. Now, looking as though this high 92.43, that is extreme. That's an extreme analyst price target. We never saw levels that high here in Nio. The average is more ideal. I do think we can hit $60 before the end of the year. Okay, a lot of people need to take into consideration that. I'm gonna give you the good and the bad on this stock, guys. Like Elon Musk said, running a car company and keeping it above float is the hardest company you can own. A car company, guys. Now, the only thing that Nio has going for itself over Tesla is the fact that they're Chinese-based, the population in China, and that the government is actually giving people tax write-offs if they buy the Nio vehicle. Thus, they are pushing Nio. By the government wanting Nio to be their ideal car, their workhorse car, should I say, the face of the country car, just like we have Ford is the face of America car. I can see Nio seeing some huge growth here. Okay. Now, the good thing about Nio, though, guys, they're not just a car company, they're a tech company as well. Not only that, China's GDP rate is outpacing America's by a lot. Okay, so China is going to be the #1 country in GDP growth, economic standpoint here pretty soon. They're going to be outdoing us. So with that being said, a lot of people are straying away from Chinese companies, which is the craziest thing I ever heard. If this country is set to have a higher GDP than America, why are you afraid to invest in a Chinese company? My boy Freddie just sent us $2, guys. Starts on ride. Starting limited production soon. Okay, guys, we're gonna talk about ride here. Freddie, we're gonna talk about ride right after Nio, guys. All right, I'm gonna talk about Friday. We're gonna talk about Ride right after this. Now, Nio in China, we're talking about the GDP rate. A lot of people are straying away from these Chinese companies, and to hear that China's GDP rate is going to be the highest, that is one of the craziest things I ever heard, guys. Like Warren Buffett said, even though it doesn't pay to be right. Okay, you don't like Chinese companies, okay, that's fine, but it doesn't pay to have a biased opinion on a country. Okay, you're gonna miss out. You're gonna miss out on a lot of opportunities. I'm not saying that Nio is the better EV stock to buy. It's gonna make you more money than Tesla or Ride or those other companies, Lucid. Yes, I'm not saying that, but what I am telling you is by it being Chinese based, do not look past it. Please don't. Now, the next stock we're going to take a look at is what my boy Trey want to talk about, and that is Ride. Lordstown Motors. Lordstown Motors, man. All right, let's see the pre-market action first before we dive right in. Stagnant trading. But this thing just took off today. Took off. Let's take a look here at the day chart. Day chart is showing us sideways trading. We do see a gap up. It's fine with me. As long as it isn't a gap down, we don't have anything to worry about. Now, you can hear today's high, $7.23. Hold on, somebody else just sent us a super chat. Nicole Harris. What's mind-boggling, Nio has not started sales for their sedan. The first sedan has not been released. ET7 will start reaching customers around 2022. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Nicole, but 2022 is said that Nio is going to be in Europe. That's what a lot of talk I'm hearing, that ET7 is going to be in the Europe market as well. So it might be a good thing that they're holding off on that. So they're probably trying to get as many cars made as possible. So when it's time to hit that European market, they just boom. You know, they just boom, Nicole. Thanks for the $5, Nicole. Nicole just sent us $5 on the super chat. That really does help more than anything, guys. I love you guys. Now, back to the topic at hand. Lordstown. Now, looking here, though, we see some sideways trading. Electric vehicle maker targets $8 billion IPO windfall. What the heck? Let me see what's this all about. Sorry, guys. I haven't been looking at this stock, so this is something new to me. BNGO is telling us electric car maker, which is backed by Amazon. Man, Jeff Bezos doing a little bit of everything. Ford is looking to raise $5 billion to $8 billion in an initial public offering. The company last filed confidentially Securities Exchange Commission for an IPO that could value the company at $80 billion. Hold up. That is extreme. $80 billion. The size of the price range for the purpose offering have yet to be determined. The company said in the statement issued to the media at the time, the initial public offering is expected to take place after the SEC completes its review process, subject to the market and other conditions. The company declined to comment to recruiters, which cited people familiar with the matter in the news report. This IPO could happen as soon as October. All right, this is giving me some homework. Thanks for Thanks for talking about Ride, guys, because seeing that article just gave me some homework to do tonight. So I'm going to look into that for us, guys, and see if that is going to be beneficial. All right, but looking here, though, let's take a look here at 1 minute chart for today, and then pull up the order flow right under that. Key statistics, though. Key statistics. Looking at these key statistics, low turnover rate, It's cool. Free float is cool as well. That volume can be better. 10 million in volume isn't too high for these type of stocks as far as the average goes. 52-week high compared to the 52-week low. When we assess that, guys, since we're closer to the 52-week low rather than the 52-week high, risk versus reward is in our favor here. Okay. Looking here at today's trading, though, that large scale order is big, pretty big, especially when we don't see any large scale inflow. Okay, the small was outperformed as well. Okay, towards the end of the day, we see that. Now let's take a look here at, all in all though, this stock is a good place to be in. Any type of EV stock is very good except Recourse, if you ask me. But it's just what is your preference, okay? But this is a buy in my book, especially at these prices. Taking a look here at the day chart, it is in an overall downtrend. $31 all the way down here. It's an overall downtrend. See that it jumped up and it's starting to see some sideways trading. We see a slight spike here. Expect this thing to show it's building something. Put it like that, guys. It's building something, buying or selling pressure. Right now, it's hard for us to call that. But if you ask me, I am guessing that this stock is going to see some more upside. We're getting further in this EV mandate. We're getting further in the infrastructure mandate across the globe. Okay, other countries are pushing it faster than others. But all in all, guys, EV cars are going to be everywhere. Okay, it's just you have to pick the right one. A lot of these EV makers that we see now, some of them going to get bankrupt, guys. Like Elon Musk said, it's only 2 car companies in the world that never went bankrupt. You know what it is? Ford and Tesla. Tesla was close, but it didn't go bankrupt. Tesla didn't go bankrupt. It was close. Every other company has been bankrupt. So with that being said, guys, a lot of these EV car makers did pop up, right? So with that being said, man, do your homework on these plays, guys. You don't have to worry about Tesla since the Chinese company is not Tesla, but Nio, since the Chinese company is backing it. Don't have to worry about Ford whatsoever. Ford is going to be here for a while, guys, and to see that Ford is getting that EV F-150, and we know the F-150 is America's leading selling vehicle. I don't care if we're talking about vans, cars, sedans, sports cars, any car that you put next to the F-150, the F-150 has outsold it by multiples. And now they're doing the EV thing. So Ford is going to be a big player in this EV sector. Nio and Tesla, those things are written in stone. Anything else, do your DD on. Now, guys, again, thanks, Nicole, for that $5, even though that you didn't drop a ticker. I do have to thank you again, man. That really does help. And like I was telling you guys, I got to go back up. I have to go back up towards ride sales, EV trucks only. That's even worse if you ask. That's even worse if you ask me. Because especially if they're in, it got to be commercial then. If it's commercial, then they might have a chance. Volkswagen. If Ater, can we talk about Ater if you get a chance? That was so polite. I'm about to do Ater. Okay, but like I was saying, they only say if it's commercial trucks, then they might get away with it. But if it's a pickup truck and they're trying to sell it in America, they're not going to do so well. Ford is going to put their foot on their neck. Yeah, Ater, my boy Benji. My boy Benji said Ater. ATER. And like I was saying, guys, if I am forgetting your ticker, if I'm overlooking it, I'm not doing it on purpose. These chats are coming in pretty fast, guys. All it takes is $1 super chat. Anything else is very welcome and it's much appreciated. But all it takes is $1, guys. It comes across the screen. It goes right in my face. I can't overlook it. Okay, but looking here at ATER, the drawback from yesterday, you saw yesterday's video, I was encouraging everybody. This is the time to be averaging down. This is the time to be averaging down, guys. We are going to bounce back. Ater is about to find itself in a swing cycle. A lot of day traders are about to jump in this thing. Okay, so when those day traders come, we tend to see some huge volatile days. And with the day traders comes the hedge funds. And with the hedge funds comes the high estimated borrow fee. And with that comes, and when it comes the sweet gains. All right. Now, don't expect a short squeeze, guys. Please, please, please do not start saying Ater is going to short squeeze or anything like that, because that is not the case here. Okay. Now, looking at Ater's 52-week high compared to the 52-week low, risk versus reward is in our favor. My day trading was crazy on Ater, my boy Benji said. Do you have any early seats for the infrastructure bill? And I got some bombs for y'all. Do not miss tonight's video, guys. I'm telling you like that. I've been doing DD all night. Okay, I gave you a sneak peek in today's video. I gave you a sneak peek in some new plays in today's video except Recourse. You know we've been talking about that for a while. But I got some gems in tonight's videos, guys, so do not miss it. It's early seats, and they are investment plays, okay? Fast-moving investment plays. They're not like the hold this thing 10-year plays, but you're gonna like tonight's video, guys. But back to this topic at hand, ATER. Yeah, like I was telling you guys, yesterday was the time to average down, and this thing is going to find its way in the swing cycle. So we're going to see up days, down days, with huge, huge volatility. Now, if we look here at the 1-minute chart, currently we see a red aftermarket. That is okay. We are above the VWAP. Do not panic. In fact, we closed above the VWAP. Do not panic. Okay, guys. It must be a lot of value coming in during the aftermarket hours, because I see some slight short ladder attacks in the beginning of the aftermarket. Short ladder attack is obvious, guys. Seeing this downtrend, it goes up, downtrend goes up, and keep repeating that same thing, guys. That's a flag on the play. We know that's a dang on short ladder attack. So we find the bottom of it. I need to quit that. It's getting old. We're starting to expose it. We're starting to manipulate that short ladder attack and find the bottom of it. But anyway, the way this thing is closing, man, hopefully it closes above the VWAP. You guys know how I feel about Ater, man. That cool down is past us. It's time to start snagging. The snag was yesterday, but wait for the cool down, guys. If you're not in the stock just yet, even since we're not at a peak, this is okay to buy the stock. Don't go all in. Play it safe. 10% of your buying power and average down from there if that comes about. But if that doesn't come about, guys, you have your seat already. It might not be much, but you played it safe. You didn't play it risky, and you made money, guys. A lot of people like to jump in all in and see these huge gains. Sometimes that worked out, but 80% of the time it doesn't. And most people that go in on a play, 100% is looking for a quick swing. So if it swings the opposite way, they have to sell for a loss, because that's their mindset. Quick play, quick money, easy money. And if they don't get it, then they have to sell for a loss. But anyone that's going in with 10% with the mindset of investing, if we see some loss, we know we got buying power to average down, and we're holding it. So we're not looking to sell for a loss whatsoever, guys. We do not trade off emotions here. So, that being said, guys, it is 3:45. We have hit our limit. Well, it's not our limit, guys. We tend to cut this thing off at the same time every day. So, with that being said, guys, thank you for all the super chats. If you ask me, my channel has the best subscribers on YouTube. This might not be the biggest channel. It might not be the best channel. But what this channel does have is the best subscribers, guys. So with that being said, I love that everyone came out, showed some love, sent some super chats, which goes a very long way here. And I just want to thank everybody, guys. You can catch me in the Discord. Anyone that needs any personal advice on their portfolio, we can go over your average cost. We can come up with a game plan for you guys. All you have to do is just hit me up in the Discord. Okay, you can direct message me, guys. If you can't find me, just get to Wallstreetbets chat in the Discord and just ask for me, guys. You will be directed. Okay, so then we can go over a personal game plan. So with that being said, guys, you guys have a very good day. And don't forget tonight's video, guys. We got some good gems in there. You guys have a very good one.